And we're just gonna ask him some questions, man, to see what's going on with him. He moved to a new school, so let's talk about that a little bit, Jay Boogie. So where were you at previously before your current college that you at now, your university, Temple?
So before I was at Temple, I committed to Lancaster. It's a smaller D2, PSAC in Pennsylvania. So I committed there before I went to Temple.
Okay. So what made you? Because you did 1 year there at Millersville, right?
Yeah, I did. Well, I actually did one semester. I just did the fall semester.
Oh, you just did the fall semester. Okay. So what made you like search for other opportunities out there, and move on with your football career versus stay at Millersville and possibly start the next season? Because I know a lot of times a lot of kids get wrapped up in like, I'm gonna just jump in the transfer portal and I'm gonna see what happens. So what made things different from you to where you was like, yo, I'm gonna jump in this portal and I'm gonna kind of bet on myself because of your current situation? I know you don't want to get too much into it because we move on and life goes on, and we don't want to sit here and downplay any university or anything like that. It's not about that. It's always, I always tell you, it's about finding the right fit for you. You know what I'm saying? So what made you want to move on?
I mean, just to I like Millersville, it was a solid school, but going there and spending time there, I just kind of wanted more, because I'm trying to make it to NFL, and I know it takes everything, and not saying you couldn't do it for Millersville, but I just wanted to compete at the highest level possible, and of course, divisions are broken up by level of play, and I just felt like for what I was trying to do, what I was trying to accomplish, going to play at a D1 would be best fit for me, just for everything I was looking for as far as resources, because of course, they have better funding, so certain things you have more access to, and just things like that. So I just felt like, I don't know, I wanted to be a place where I could reach my full potential and have access to anything I ever needed.
Okay, so you made the leap, you got in the portal. How, man, this is the question that I want to really, really ask, student athletes. Like, I know the answer to it because I've been involved with you and a couple of other players, but how frustrating and how much patience do you have to have once you jump in that portal? Because a lot of people they think you jump in the portal and the team automatically just grabs you out of the portal.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like a big misconception is like once you hop in the portal, the next day or the next hour you have schools hitting you up.
Right.
It really is. Once you hop in the portal, you're just another person in the portal. Like, it doesn't guarantee you nothing. It doesn't promise you nothing. You're just another person. So it's really on you to help yourself reach wherever you're trying to go. So if you hop in a portal, don't do nothing, don't promote yourself, you just go stay in a portal and probably won't end up anywhere. So it's pretty much all up to you, from reaching out to coaches, sending out film, posting workouts, showing you're active. So yeah, I think that's the big thing, because a lot of people make it seem like you hop in a portal and then the next day you'll get 15 offers and you're going to have a bunch of schools to choose from, but really it's not like that. Because you got to think about it, there's thousands of other athletes in the portal as well. So you got to really find a way to separate yourself or show why you should get picked up rather than this person.
Right, because this is the thing that a lot of people don't understand, man. And man, listen, social media and ESPN and television got people really fooled because they think that you jump in the portal and you're automatically like tooken just like that. And it was frustrating for you at times, bro. Like I remember like texting you and telling you like, bro, like just keep grinding, just keep working out, just come to workouts. And really, I could just see the look on your face a lot of times when you came in here, bro. You was like, yo, bro, like, I just want to go to school at this point, bro. I don't even want to, like, this bump football, bro. Just let me just finish school, bro. It's frustrating, bro. I understand, bro. It is frustrating.
Yeah, because you don't really know, because you're just sitting, so you don't know if you're going to get picked up today, tomorrow, if you're going to get picked up at all. So it's really just a waiting game. Patience, patience, patience. And I think, like you said, the hardest thing is making sure you stay on top of everything, even when you might not get any love from any coaches.
Right.
Starting off, just keep working. Because eventually something will come, but you got to make sure you do your part. as well to stay on top of your stuff and things like that.
I'm messing with my phone, y'all guys. I'm trying to go live on Facebook a little bit. So my other question to you is, like, how was it far as, like I said, I know the answer to a lot of these questions, but I just want to bring it to, you know, a point with a lot of people out there, because it's a lot that people don't understand or people even know, bro. So let's talk about, like, how did you end up where you're at right now, bro? Because a lot of people want to know, because for a long time, like, I didn't say nothing about where you was at right now. You didn't say nothing. And I know a lot of people would come into the gym, bro, and ask me, they'd be like, yo, what's up with Jordan? Like, where he at? What he doing? And I'll just be like, oh, you know, he just being patient, you know, trying to figure things out, you know, waiting and stuff like that. So tell me how you got to the point to where you're at right now with your current school.
Nah, that's crazy. It's really God, but to some
For sure.
Y'all
heard that? Hold up. Let's say that again, bro, so people can really hear what you just said.
Nah, it was really God, because the way this everything folded and like ended up working out, it was like, it's crazy. So to sum it up, I mean, there's a lot more to it, but just so you get the gist, I committed to Millersville, went through the season, ended up hopping in the portal. Hopped in the portal, wasn't really getting much love, and I wanted to be out of school by the time the spring semester came, just so, because that's when like install happens and things of that nature. So it'll give me the best shot of being able to play and things like that. And going in the portal, you know, I wasn't necessarily looking for a play scholarship, just the opportunity to play. That's all I wanted, you know, because I didn't necessarily have much film coming in the portal, so all I was asking for was just an opportunity.
You're right.
So I was searching for...
And when you say film, I'm going to stop you real quick. When you say film, you mean college film, not high school film.
Yeah.
Once you get to that, once you do a year of college, like, they don't no longer, this is what a lot of people don't understand, and we gonna jump off and then we're gonna jump back on subject. A lot of people don't understand, like, once you get past your senior year of high school, like, they don't care about your high school tape no more, bro. They want to know what you currently doing. What are you currently, like, if you say I was at Millersville College, they want to know, okay, did you play? Like, how long did you play? What was going on? And all you had really was practice tape. Yeah, you didn't have no game film. You had practice. You had practice tape. So a lot of people, a lot of you guys don't understand that's out there. Like, once you finish your senior year of high school, bro, like, that high school film don't matter no more. They are not looking at that, bro. They are not looking at that no more. So I'm let you jump back on and start off when you said that you didn't have that much film.
Yeah, so all I had was like practice film, and even that, it was like a couple plays, nothing crazy, but I was sending that out, posting workouts from here. And, you know, so the spring semester started, usually school started around like January 13th, around that time, and that date was approaching. I still didn't have no school really hitting me up or an option to go at. So I was like, me and my dad were like, we're just going to start pulling up to schools and asking for an opportunity to go on. So...
Listen, hold up. I got to stop you real quick. Because you and your dad called me, and y'all were like, yo, Coach Mims, like, what should we do? Like, we conversating with this, you know, we're conversating with this school, that school, and it's really like not the offers that you truly want. You wanted a D1 offer. And I said, for a lot of you guys don't know, we are located in Delaware. So Delaware, I know, don't nobody really know where Delaware at. So Delaware is located outside of Philly, outside of Maryland, outside of New Jersey. So we're surrounded by all those, we're connected to all those other states. So what a lot of people don't realize, and what a lot of student athletes don't realize, like, they don't go to a Temple, they don't go to a Rutgers, they don't go to Villanova, they just try to go to schools that's further off. So one of the things that we were talking about when your dad called, I'm like, yo, pull up. Like, just pull up and see what coach you can talk to, you know, see what it is. Because, listen, I'm going to say this. If you talk about pulling up somewhere, you got to look like a football player.
Yeah.
You can't pull up and you 165 pounds soaking wet and you ain't got no muscle told to you or nothing like that. Like if you pull up on the school, you gotta look like a football player.
Yeah, because when you go, you got one shot, so it's like 20 degrees out, and I'm in a compression shirt, short shorts. Because like me, that's like one of my, I guess traits. I have pretty good size and build. So I'm middle of the winter, it's snowing outside. I got a compression shirt, shorts on.
Right.
And so we ended up going to Temple, and it's kind of crazy because you're not really allowed to go in like certain places, but I don't know how we got back there, but we just went. And then talking to one of the recruiters there, got in touch with him, and we pretty much like, hey, this is where we at. All we're looking for is an opportunity. We don't want no scholarship money, just an opportunity for me to prove what I have and show that I'm capable of playing at this level.
For sure.
And then, so even with that, I didn't get a guarantee. Yes, you can come on the team because this January they passed a rule where there's the roster. I guess there's like a new roster number. So before you could have like 130 people on a team, but now it's cut to 105. So now like slots are limited for like who they can have on a team and who they can have off. So now like walk-ons they're really getting rid of walk-ons now because of that new roster limit. So it was pretty much like, yeah, you can come, but we can't promise you yet if you're gonna be able to compete as a walk-on in the spring.
Right.
So me and my dad, we go back to the house. I'm thinking, I'm praying, I'm asking for a sign from God, and I'm reading my Bible when I see Temple, and I'm like, bet, I'm out. And then so
that's what's up.
I ended up applying, got in, started there in the spring.
So hold up, let me stop you right there.
Okay.
This is another one. If you don't have don't pull up to these schools if you listen. Don't say Coach Bibbs told me to pull up to the school. No, listen. If you don't have the grades, what your GPA is?
3.8.
3.8. So his GPA is a 3.8. So that qualified him to pull up to the school. His size, the way he is built, he looks like a football player. That allowed him to pull up to the school. So just don't be pulling up to no school with a 1.8 and or 2.2. Talk about you trying to come to their school like they not trying to hear nothing about what you saying when you talk about pulling up to a school. When you pull up to a school, you gotta make sure all your stuff is aligned and is right. Because like you said, you only get one shot. You only get one shot to impress these coaches and talk to these coaches. So if you ain't got everything lined up, man, please don't be dropping to these schools because you will get escorted out of there fast. You will get escorted out of there really, really fast. It's not a game. They're not going to play with you. Yeah,
so then first week of school goes by and I see they're starting workouts. But I haven't got any information about if I could join a team yet or not. So the recruiter I was talking to, I asked them, I was like, hey, is there an update yet where you'll be able to see if there's availability for me to join the team as a walk-on?
Right.
And then he said I could come talk to him, came talk to him, and he ended up saying at first that there wasn't no space left and that I wasn't going to be able to join. So when I heard that news, I'm like, dang, so I'm here. I thought I saw a sign in the Bible, read it.
Right.
I'm here in the spring, still got no school, so I'm walking off. And that was supposed to be my gym day because I was working out at the rec center till I was going to hear some news on whether or not I could join.
Right.
So I'm walking back. I'm like, I'm not even going to work out no more. I'm like, I'm going back and forth.
Once again, you was faced with the adversity of like, man, this still ain't working out.
Yeah.
They told me to apply to the school. I applied to the school. I got in. They told me to get on campus. I did that. Now I'm on campus, and I'm still not in the football program.
Yeah. So then I was like, I'm going back and forth. I'm like, you know what? I'm still go at it. Still ended up working out. Finished my workout. Looked, and I got a follow from the running back coach at Temple. And I'm like, wait a sec, hold up. And I called my dad and tell him what happened. Mm-hmm. And he said that the recruiter just hit him up. And he ended up talking to him, and 2 hours later, they ended up having space for me to join the team. So I'm like, bet. And then ever since then, got all my paperwork filled out, and then I was able to be on the team.
Then you was grinding. So he just didn't. They just didn't like accept him. Like he had to go through some hardship to even get in the door. Like it wasn't just automatic for you to just be like, yo, like I'm here, I'm Jordan Miller, like let me in. Like they still wasn't trying to let you in. You got accepted academically, not even, nothing to do with football. Like you got accepted in there academically, and then they still, you know what I'm saying, was giving you the stiff hand. Like, we'll see, my guy. Like they wasn't really trying to feel you. But it's a process, man. Nothing in life is easy, man. And your road been crazy, bro. Your road been crazy ever since you was like little, bro.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if anything, because you gotta be a fresh believer. Because going from a D2, going in the portal, no film, a couple practice clips, trying to go to D1 is gonna sound crazy to anybody. And like anybody, which it is crazy, but it's like I know what I was trying to do, accomplish, and I believed in my heart that that's what it was supposed to be. So you just gotta be a first believer. And there's gonna be trials, gonna be ups, gonna be downs, but
there's gonna be a lot of ups.
You just got,
and there's gonna be a lot of downs.
Yeah, you
bro.
gotta make sure you
it's
keep
gonna
pushing.
be. When I say it's gonna be a lot of downs, bro, it's gonna be a lot of downs because not only did you go through it, and people would never believe you. You went through it in high school too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you went through it in high school. You went your first school. What was the first school you went to in high school? Tatno, and then the thing happened with COVID.
Yeah, I didn't play freshman year.
You didn't play freshman year with COVID. They canceled it. Then you had to find another school to get into, which was what was the next school you had to get into?
Caravel.
Then you got into Caravel. Then when you got into Caravel, they was already stacked up at running back.
Yeah, it was a bunch of competition. We had Keyshawn Jungle, that was a dog. Craig Miller, also a dog. So like again, the odds wasn't really.
The odds wasn't really for you at Caravel. And I remember, I remember talking to you, and you're like, man, should I just go somewhere else? And I'm like, no, stay there.
I was a buck, like 37.
Yeah, you wore like literally 137 pounds.
Yeah.
And you was like, yo, I gotta get bigger. And I'm just like, bro, this is a process, bro. Like you just gotta go through the process. And what a lot of people don't get, bro, is like, everybody says they want to go through the process. And then they get into a little bit of the process and the roads start getting bumpy. And then they're like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's fun at first, but then once you get a month or two in that joint, it get critical. It get real critical. Workouts, early mornings, tour-a-days.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. But I feel like if anybody was going to make it to the level that you're making it, you know what I'm saying? You were one of the ones because it's one thing to say like, oh, I don't give up, I push through, like, but you really push through a lot, to get to where you at. And it's not only do you push through, but you listen. You know what I'm saying? Like everything I have taught you and everything that I have said over the years to you, like how to take care of your body, the proper things you should be doing, the proper things you should be putting in your body and not putting in your body, like you listen to it like a T. To a T, and you are the results of just listening, bro, and continue to listen and continue to go through the process of everything that you need to go through, even through like your knee injury that you had in high school. Like the simple fact that like you listen to everything, I'm like, nah.
I was trying to play.
You was trying to play, and I'm like, no. I'm like, yo, no. Sit still. We gonna sit this 3 weeks out. We gonna rehab, get better, do the things we supposed to do. And when you rehab, got better, sat out 3 weeks, what happened?
My game back had a crazy breakout game.
You had a crazy breakout game when you came back. You know what I'm saying? It's just having that patience and knowing and truly believing in, like you said at the beginning of this, like truly believing in God, bro. Like truly believing in like your purpose and what you are here to do and how you're going to change not only your life but others, people around you lives. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it's truly about. And I say it all the time, bro. Like you gotta believe, bro. You gotta believe 100% in yourself, bro, without shadow of a doubt. Even when things are going wrong, you gotta 100% believe in what's going on with you, bro.
Yeah.
You got to.
You gotta be the first, because there's gonna be people telling you that you can't do it because of this reason, or that reason. It might sound, they might have good points, but if you know that's what you're trying to do and that's what's for you, you just gotta keep going no matter what.
You got to, bro. You got to. And I tell people all the time, bro, I remember the conversation that I had with my wife when I was first diagnosed with cancer. And I told her, and we had a conversation. She was like, yo, like, what are you gonna do? And I was like, I ain't got no choice but to, fight through whatever I gotta fight through. And she was like, nah, that's not what I mean. She was like, what are you gonna do? And I was like, well, what do you mean? She was like, you know that you gotta continue to do what you do. Like, you can't stop, like, training people and doing the amazing things that you're doing. And I'm just like, I don't know if I could do that. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, I don't know if I can do that. Like, I'm gonna be skinny. I'm going, you know what I'm saying? I don't want people to see me like that and stuff like that. And she was like, nah. She was like, you can't worry about that. She was like, you can't worry about that. She was like, you gotta continue being you. And I'll never forget, bro. I sat there and I thought about that, bro, for like at least 2 hours, bro. I was just sitting there and thinking about it. And I was just like, okay. Like you said, I sat there and I prayed. I was like, God, like, how do I even go through this?
Yeah.
And when I say go through this, I don't mean like go through the surgery that I went through and the chemo treatments and all that. I mean, how do I go through this with y'all? Like, what are y'all emotions going to be? Because y'all always used to see me at a high level, always energized. Like, how are y'all going to feed off of my energy? And one of the things I said, man, I sat there and I said, all the people that I train, all the kids that I train, everybody, I said, y'all don't understand how much power y'all give me and how much energy y'all give me for just coming here and just truly believing in what I'm telling y'all and truly trusting me in the information and everything that I'm giving y'all. So for me, my first day, I'll never forget my first day back. And the first week was hard. The first week of me being in here, bro, and I started like midsummer. So it was hot in here. I was going through chemo at the same time, bro. And I just remember looking at y'all and y'all looking at me. And I'm like, all right, I'm demonstrating the exercise. And I'll never forget, like, the look on your face when you saw me demonstrate the exercise. You was like, oh, Coach Mims is still Coach Mims. Shit, let's get to it.
Yeah.
You was like, oh, okay, Coach Mims still Coach Mims. Let's get to it. So when I seen the look on a lot of y'all face when I was still demonstrating the exercises and still going through the motions and everything like that, y'all fed off that, and I fed off y'all back. And I just want to tell you was one of the ones, and I just like to thank you, bro. I appreciate, you know what I'm saying, you still trusting me to help you get to your journey and continue to help you get to your journey. But on another note, bro, we're gonna hurry up and close out because I know you just got done working out. You're trying to go eat. So one of the other topics that I want to talk on, bro, is like, okay, you're in the building now. So tell me about like how it is being in the building, and you're still not on scholarship, but going through all of the motions that you're going through. Now you're finally in the building. Like, talk about how like your energy level for every practice. Like, tell me how much like your energy level as far as you attacking every drill like is like your last drill.
Nah, I think definitely like from like the journey I had getting there, it's definitely like I know at any moment this can go away. So
right. And
then just like period, just it's high intensity all the time, 100%. Run to the ball, but at the same time it's detailed. So you're not sloppy, You're focused. You're supposed to be at 10 yards, you're at 10 yards, 5 yards, 5 yards. You're supposed to break at 6, you break at 6. Just things like that. But I feel like another thing that a lot of people do that kind of gets them hemmed up a little bit is when you're like at that level, everybody's good, right? Everybody's talented. All
yes,
that.
everybody.
And a lot of times people get stuck comparing their performance with other people's performance. So like if someone had a nice catch, then I gotta make a nice catch. Or if someone had a nice run, then I gotta do a nice run. And when that happens, you try to force plays or force things that are not supposed to happen. So you just gotta do you, just stay in your own lane congratulate your teammates. Don't always compare or he did this. Of course you're going to compete, but just stay in your lane. When you're supposed to break runs, it's going to happen. So, just not comparing yourself to other people. I feel like it's another big thing as well.
Absolutely, man. I think a lot of us, because we're, if you in this football game, you competitive, bro.
Yeah, you're real competitive.
You competitive, but a lot of people don't understand, bro. When you're around other great athletes, just like you, the thing that separates you is your preparation and the way you go about attacking things. Like there's a time and a place to compete at certain things. You know what I'm saying? But you don't need to compete like that full blast all the time, especially when you're in the learning curve, when you're trying to learn new plays, when you're trying to learn new formations, when you're trying to get your footwork and everything together. Like, that's not a time to compete. You know what I'm saying? The time to compete is when, the coach say, okay, we're about to run this play. Miller, you got 3 plays. Such and such, you got 3 plays. Now it's time to turn it on.
Crazy,
Now it's time to go crazy. You know what I'm saying? But until you get that nod from the coach, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need to. Everything don't need to be a competition like that. You know what I'm saying? When you're in that environment, because it's a learning. Everybody's in there learning, and the more you can pick up information, the more you can spit out the information that you learned and show the coach, like, hey, I learned this. I did it, I did it right. So that's what they're mainly looking for. When it's time to compete, they already know, like, who gonna compete and who not gonna compete.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of it. It's just not like, because especially when we get to this level and the workload so much, like, it's more than just like on the field. It's what you do off the field, from in your playbook or recovery after every practice, ice baths, boots, hot tubs, stim. Whatever it is, those little things, that's how you get another edge too. It's not just on the field running extra sprints, but in the training room get extra recovery or extra 10 minutes going through your plays, stuff like that. It's how you really, I feel like, separate yourself.
Right. So on that note, good brother, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. I'm going to close out this podcast. For those of you who had joined in, I see a couple of my players joined in. Z joined in.
Hey.
We was watching Z. Thanks for watching, man. I appreciate y'all, and we'll see you on the next episode of I Am Coach Mims. Once again, don't pull up to these schools talking about Coach Mims told me to pull up. Make sure your grades is right, and make sure you look like a football player when you pull up to one of these schools, man. Just don't be pulling up to these schools and you don't have all your stuff in order, man. But until next time, we'll see y'all. Peace.